At the beginning of the movie, a conversation is held about an overbet and clumsy Professor Sherman Carl. Because everyone likes Bart, but because of his clumsiness, he often gets into problems. When he goes to work at Virium College, he finds that more than 5,000 hamsters have somehow entered the college. The number of hamsters increases to the point that they start getting into people's pants. They begin to sneak into the sandwiches and unleashes a whirlwind. Those are hamsters' labs that were freed the other day. After some investigation, it is revealed that the day before, a button was accidentally pressed without Sherman knowing, which had opened the catch there. Sherman tries to identify and stop this problem and goes to Shelley's place. It's his favorite, and just like him, it's overly competitive. Sherman and his team experiment with making a formula. A fat person's DNA changes in such a way that they can lose weight quickly. They use the formula on Shelley, and Shelley loses 85 grams of weight, showing the efficiency of their formula. Sherman's assistant Jason tells him to increase the dosage for the formula, but Sherman explains that it would be dangerous for the style. Fitzason Sati di Satan. They call Dean Sherman and talk to him about the hamster incident. They tell him that because of that incident, the college's science department has been allocating a lot of funds. A guy named Harlan, who says he will donate $10 million to the school, isn't at the last potato. He wants you to experiment very carefully, because they don't want to lose Harlan. Sherman is teaching a class and some of the writing on the board gets erased by his belly. He notices this and then the kids start laughing, followed by a new teacher named Miss Carla coming to meet him. Miss Carla has graduated in chemistry and enhances the class near the hall. Sherman finds her beauty and kindness very appealing. Carla tells him that she always wanted to meet him. And he meets his family at dinner in Shireman and everyone there stares at him. Sherman realizes it's a family problem. His father is happy being overweight and obese. And he tells Sherman that he can do anything, but he can never manage his weight. His father has a bad habit of passing gas while eating, and continues to do so until he sees the city of Porto. He feels very embarrassed by his father's actions, and as his father flies to change his clothes. Olga. His mother tells him that no matter how he looks from the outside, his heart is clean and beautiful, and that's very important. Hearing all this, Sherman gets motivated and goes to ask Carla out on a date at her house. Carla agrees to go on the date, making Sherman. Someone gets very happy and makes a plan to go for ice cream on Friday. When he comes home, there's a huge smile on his face and he finally gets to go to his favorite girl. If he's going on a date with a terrorist, he's teased. He falls asleep watching and dreams of going to the beach with Carla where he kisses her. But then we see his expression afterwards. As Carla sinks into the ground due to her weight, Sherman gets up in fear, saying, "Yes, I can," as the host of the TV show. I can be boring. And hearing this, Sherman too says, "Yes, I can," and gets ready to lose weight by any means. A few days before 1.5, Sherman takes Zumba classes and gym to become a hit, but still has to work very hard. They go to the club on Friday and people are really enjoying themselves, but then a comedian named Raji comes on stage. He joins the people from the audience on stage. He keeps making them laugh when it comes to Sherman. He over-inserts it with his hand. Now hearing this, Sherman feels like crying. Then he drops Carla at home and Carla makes him feel better by caring for him. Sherman thanks him and goes off to his house. See it. Gets very upset with bananas too. So he eats a lot of junk food. And as he eats, he falls asleep and dreams that he has a heart attack and has become a giant in the hospital. After leaving the hospital, they look completely taken aback. He ends the world and now gets up out of fear. He realizes that he has been on the path of getting slim through exercise and healthy eating. So he will never be able to get slim. He decides to use the serum from his lab on himself, preparing the medicine at night in the lab and then injecting it into himself. Its BP heart flares up a lot, then only on the computer screen a message of Diane reconstruction complete appears. We're at Azanti. The next morning when it flies, it becomes astonished because now he had become a fit young man. He feels very happy and rushes to tell everyone. The first thing he does is go to the mall for shopping and he gets there before anyone else. When he is working in the lab, a car comes there and does not recognize him. Lion introduces himself by the name of Big Leg and tells himself as Lion Mary's lab assistant. He asks her to go to the club and Carla says yes after thinking a bit because she is Sherman's assistant. Suddenly her finger starts to swell and then and then, before he turns into Papa Sherman, take him away from there once. Carla meets Sherman and tells him about Bardi. He also wants to take her to the club on a date. Sherman tells him he's a good man and should go. The big sports car goes to calf, where it never fits with Sherman's body. Imos nakasuda, aparabata ka mama, ananas komandara sa kampat na papi dito din madrasi ferishi kive. He insults a lot and gets better at the stage with a yo mama joke. Outfit this fa mato ka paya pita where big freezes. Seeing all this, Razi fights with him for taking all the show's tension. Bart pushes her onto the piano. The entire audience cheers for Bart and he kisses Carla. Soon, his lower ankle begins to swell as well. He excuses himself by saying he's tired and leaves the club. Meanwhile, Sherman's assistant Johnson is also there. Ara apwa till their side. And he gives the card to the waiter and asks him, upon being told it's Big's, thinks he thinks Big has stolen Sherman's card. To catch him, he goes behind his car. In the car, Sherman's lower lip starts to swell a lot, and with it, he goes for him. Johnson realizes that Sherman has used the serum and supports him. The next day, he is late for class. There's no student in the class, but the dean is late too. Waiting for him in happiness, they ask him about the sports car that Buddy had taken in Sherman's name. Then never criticize him for unnecessary expenses, but say if there's trouble with Harlan's fund, they'll take his life. Then want Sherman's serum project to be liked by Harlan. Sherman meets Carla and Carla shares her feelings for Buddy with him. Buddy is a bit weird. Sherman takes Carla to dinner to meet his family, where Sherman's family members ask Carla personal questions about their relationship. This makes Carla feel uncomfortable. Sherman feels very uneasy because of his father's fight. Then Sherman drops her off at her home and apologizes to her for his family's behavior. Also, Carla tells Sherman that she is waiting for the other's call. Hearing this, Sherman realizes he just goes to Carla as another. So, he goes to take the serum in the lamp, but Johnson discourages him because whenever he takes the serum, his testosterone level spikes significantly. It comes and is not at all like Sherman, and if done 1.5 times, then it's a big defeat for Sherman. Jason tries to stop him, but John is very clever and takes Carla to a hotel, while John Harlan waits for Sherman. Dean and Carla ask Buddy to present the serum idea to Helen, and the elder explains everything well and is not standing there. He describes the girls physically and also takes all the credit for Sherman's name. Carla really enjoys giving all this and tells the elder about it. John tells him that he can be with any girl and it doesn't make a difference to him with Carla. Carla leaves angrily. Poo Ji-hyun hands over the big position to him and asks him to give the final representation at the Illuminati ball. He parties all night long and finds himself in Sherman's body the next morning, surrounded by boys in his bed. Soon, Carla comes over and scolds Sherman for being with girls, telling him he's too much. Sherman goes to the office and finds out from Dean that he has been fired and his position has been given to John. He comes home disheartened and accidentally switches on the TV. Buddy keeps walking after a big pause. A video starts playing on TV mocking Sherman's boring life and encourages him to feel ashamed. Seeing all this, Sherman gets angry, destroys all the serum and goes to the lab to tell Jason to destroy the sample as well. Buddy drinks Sherman's diet drink, and as soon as Sherman drinks it, he turns into a giant and he goes to the alumni hall with Jason Camilla. And if he takes another dose, Sherman will get mad and just keeps growing. Standing on the big stage, he tells everyone about the serum. It will never happen. Sometimes the belly sticks out, sometimes the arm gets fat. And seeing that everyone present laughs, then Jason comes and refuses to give him the serum. The bee starts to choke itself, and it's revealed it's the common Sherman and it grows. Sherman tells everyone that this serum was meant to help everyone. But it doesn't burn. Has completely failed. And he says that he should have tried to lose weight in a healthy way by himself. Disappointed, he's leaving when Carla stops him and asks him to dance. And she tells him that I have always liked you for your pure heart. At the end of the movie, Harlan is also ready to give Sherman the funds. He also says they say that even though the experiment failed, Sherman's honesty has touched his heart. And friends, that's where the movie ends. Make sure to let us know in the comments how you found Professor Sherman. And finally, thanks for watching.